Hello and welcome to my channel. We have another pick a deck or pick a fairy tarot reading for the week. This reading will be for from Monday, December 8th, all the way to Sunday, December 14th. And again, we're going to pick one of the fairies or one of the decks that calls you. And we're going to look at the beginning of the week, middle of the week, and end of the week. This is a general message. Take what resonates, and remember, they are general energies, the advice that the Spirit wants to give you at this time as we move through the week. All right, so let's begin, as always, by connecting with the breath and also settling and grounding our energy. So sit comfortably, and we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold it. And exhale through the mouth as if you were blowing a candle. Very gentle. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Exhale. And one more time. And we exhale gently and longer than the inhale. Okay. Now look at these 3 decks and the 3 color fairies. And pick one without thinking, the one that calls you. Ready? Okay. Let's begin with the pink fairy. Let's see what our week has for us. The beginning of the week, middle of the week, and end of the week. So let's look here. We have 2 cards for the beginning of the week, and we have the Empress and we have the 4 of Wands, right? We start the week with a major arcana. That's all about creation. So this is all about bringing to fruition things that you want, right? Those desires, those dreams, those things you cannot stop thinking about. So they are on your mind because of a reason. They have a purpose. So all these things that are inside of you cannot stop thinking about. This is the time to bring them to fruition, right? To make them grow into your life, to take the seed of what you want to manifest and nurture it. Right? And this is saying, so at the beginning of this week, lay the foundation for this thing that you want to materialize, to manifest, and to take root, a strong root in your life. And the way we do this is this fire energy, is with our intention and with not only the intention of wanting something, but also setting a good foundation of thinking about making a plan. The best way to think about it is making a plan, having the intention, but then making a plan towards action. Because the beginning of this week comes with this strong energy. But even if the energy is there, even if the advice here is, start making a plan for this thing that you want so much, because it's time to nurture it. And this is the energies that are around. Still, if you choose to act passively, and not do anything about it, then that energy just dissipates, right? As we move on through the week. So it's up to you to take all the things that are around you that are calling you on that energy and say, I'm going to make a plan, I'm going to set an intention, and I'm going to start thinking about the next steps forward, right? And as I said, if something is in your mind a lot, there is a reason, there is a purpose, there is a lesson, there is something why you cannot stop thinking about it. Now, the middle of the week. I always say this is the beginning. So if we're doing Monday, Tuesday, around there, and then here we have Wednesday, Thursday. So the message comes from the Eight of Swords. And here the energy is already changing. That's why when we start the week so strong, with such a strong, good energy, then and the energy is changing, it's good to take that opportunity um, that comes to us and use that energy wisely, because here the energy is changing. And this is kind of being trapped in our thoughts, you know, um, being trapped in all those limiting beliefs, in all those things that stop us, but that they only stop us because they come from us. They are things that we may think or beliefs that we have that other people have set upon us that are not letting us move. So, in the middle of the week, it's about to examine those self limiting beliefs or those thoughts that keep you stuck, that keep you prisoner, right? In a way that does not allow you to move towards that thing that you really want this week. So, here, self awareness, because the first step to moving away from anything that is a belief or a thought that's keeping you prisoner is that awareness. So once you're aware of what's going on, it's easier to break free from it. Right? So on the middle of the week, the end of the week, that's towards the weekend, the energy again moves into, look, the Two of Swords. Choices. Choices, choices, choices. But here we're still with the sword energy, this air energy that has to do with our thoughts, our communication, right? So we're talking about throat chakra, we're talking about also a little bit of the third eye chakra, but anything that involves that thoughts, communication, right? Not necessarily the intuition here, but more the intellectual ability, right? And here is okay, we're breaking free. So if we're following the advice, we're taking what we want to nurture. We're laying a foundation, we're setting intentions, we're making a plan, but then we come into a stop. And that stop is maybe believing that we're not good enough, we're not going to make it happen, self doubt, whatever it is. And if we do that self awareness, to be able to move away from this, to pass by it, then we are presented with a choice, right? And a choice, but a choice that in order to know exactly what the best option for you is to use discernment, right? To know that maybe it's not the time to act, but it is the time to gather all the facts about each choice that you have or how to move from here. So the weekend is about settling, observing, and using discernment, right? To think about what's the best next step, to think about what's the best conversation maybe that you need to have. But it is not a time for action, but it is a time for planning. And it's interesting because we start the week with wanting to plan. So here it's planning. So it is a week that begins with very strong energy, and perhaps your thoughts, your beliefs are stopping you. But again, self awareness and discernment. If you liked this reading, please give me a thumbs up, follow my channel, and please know that you can reach out for a private session with me in which we use tarot, coaching, and energy healing all combined. Well, energy healing and energy work all combined to help you with whatever concern you have. These are private sessions that are done online directly with me through a video call. So please reach out. You can visit my website or send me a message. Another thing is that you can follow my daily reels and messages on my different social media channels. But please subscribe and give me a thumbs up here. Have a great week. Now, we are going to take a look at the blue fairy now. All right, so if you picked the blue fairy, let's see what your week has for you. Okay. At the beginning of the week, the middle of the week, and we have 2 cards for the end of the week. All right, so let's see how the week begins with you. 7 of Swords, yes. So here we have another air element, and what a beautiful card. So here you see it's a crow or a raven, if you want to see it this way. And what are these animals known for? So they are clever, they are wise, but they're extremely clever. And the 7 of Swords, this card right now is coming with this message to you. So begin the week by being like a crow. Use your cleverness. See all the options in front of you, and see what is a good way to move forward. But know that by using your intellect, and not only using your intellect, but also thinking about the other people, or your support team, better said, that are in your life right now that can offer some help. Be there for you in a way that, you can get through any challenge with your team right now, that support team, those friends that are there for you. This card is telling you, use your intellect, use good communication to move forward, but also rely on people that are there for you, on a support team, or even if you want to think about it this way, on your own spirit guides. We always have helpers around. We just need to reach out. This card, the beginning of this week, is telling you that you're not alone. Even if right now things seem challenging, you can move forward, right? But at the same time that you use the help of your spirit team, of your friends, or anybody who's that support, know that trust must be earned. So even though things may feel challenging, there may feel like you've been hurt or there has been some dishonesty, to move forward is to count on others. However, make sure that you do not tell your secrets or things that are very personal to you to just anybody. right? Make sure that you can trust the people that can help you at this time. So be clever like a crow, know who your team is. Uh, Also, watch out for who's worth your trust and move forward with that cleverness and a good team and not necessarily trusting everybody. You know, make sure that whoever has your trust has earned it. That's probably the most important message for the beginning of the week. Now, as we move towards the middle of the week, we got another seven. Oh my goodness, seven, seven, lucky seven, right? But here we already move from the intellect, from an air element, and from who do we trust and building a good team to give us advice with our challenges or whatever we need towards another type of seven. And this is about intuition sometimes, right? And using that inner knowing that we have, that intuition and our emotional reaction to things to actually be able to make the right choices. So before we had in another reading that the choice had to come from discernment and from the intellect. Here the choices to move forward and to know things and to know who to trust or how to move come from your intuition, from your emotions, right? So here we're moving from the top chakras, we're moving into the belly chakras and the heart chakra, right? That's where we sense things, our feelings, those sensations. And so listen to your body, all right? It's important in the middle of the week to begin listening to your body. If there are things that you're not sure about, people maybe that you cannot trust, but you are building that team and you want to make sure of who do I trust with this, who can help me, you know, rely on that intuition, that gut feeling. That's how I would say a gut feeling, and not only towards the people that you choose in your life, but towards your next steps. So take middle of the week, Wednesday and Thursday, to really listen, to see what sensations are coming up in your body for the different choices you need to make, for the different things or steps you need to make throughout the week. See, how does all that feel? What are the sensations and the feelings that come out in my belly? And the end of the week. So here we have a lot of swords. So it's a week that comes with a lot of swords, and the three of swords. A lot of people are scared of it. Sometimes, we see it as betrayal or heartbreak, or, you know. However, this came out together with a King of Swords. And although the energy may feel heavy this week, may feel heavy because we are not sure who to trust. There may have been a deception. We want to be able to have support around us, but we do not know exactly who our team is. And we're trying to listen to our intuition, to whom to trust. Still, there is some heartbreak, but not necessarily, let's not be in a predictive way of heartbreak in the sense of a relationship that ends or a friendship that breaks. It is most about maybe having been deceived and feeling that sting of like somebody that did something that we were not expecting them to do, right? However, that feeling tells you, you know what? The King of Swords comes with the advice that even if you've been deceived, even if somebody did something or something happened that sting your heart. It just, there was a bit of pain, disappointment, frustration. You can overcome that. And the way to overcome that is to center yourself. This is a very cool king. The King of Swords is somebody who manages their thoughts, who manages themselves, has like this cool emotional regulation, this practicality, and this logic, right? So it's not as recognize if something hurts, if somebody hurts you, but listen to this king and take care of yourself right now, to ground yourself, to move forward, to be a master of your emotions, of your thoughts, and prioritize your well-being. So even though it feels like a heavy week because of this Seven of Swords and this Three of Swords, there may be some challenges. It's all about having people that you can trust around you. It's not about quantity, it's about the quality of the people you can trust. It's about learning how to recognize the sensations in your body when you are around certain people, to get to that knowing of who's trustworthy or not. And know that even though somebody may have hurt you, there may have been some form of disappointment, you have everything to move forward from it. So, be it something small that happens during the week, be it something larger, you have the power to move forward. And this king is telling you, you can master yourself and build whatever it is, a future, by learning from me, taking those that practicality, that emotional regulation, and those clear thoughts to move forward. If you liked the message, if it resonated with you, please give me a thumbs up. Remember, these are just energies that pass by. It's a general message. To get more in depth about your particular situation, or how to move a stuck energy that you feel from disappointment, from somebody wronging you, please, you can reach out. We can look at your specific situation and make an appointment for an online session. You can also follow my daily reels to get also a general message of the energies at play each day. All right. Have a great week, and we're moving on to the yellow fairy. Okay. Let's see what the message here is for us. All right. Let's see what the beginning of the week has for us. The middle of the week, and how we see it towards the end of the week. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands, then we have the Ten of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. What beautiful cards for your reading. So we are beginning with the Four of Wands, and this is all energies coming that say, hey, it's kind of like things are working out, right? There is an air of like things are working out, even if there have been some challenges. It's all about this fresh energy, moving in a way that is positive. So, whatever has happened, this is a time to rebuild, to focus on the good things that you have, to focus on gratitude, and make that your stepping stone for the week. Focusing on gratitude, on the good things that you have in your life, and kind of releasing those things that have been heavier for you. It's a new energy, it's a new time, and it's that positive, or focusing more than on being positive, is focusing on gratitude, right? And we have here the Ten of Swords, and the energy keeps saying, you know what, we're moving away from challenges. There is a closure that's coming of things that have been hard, and uh, a period that may have felt like not only has been tough, but it has been a difficult period in more than one aspect, right? And it's coming to a close. So you're starting the week saying, hey, I'm focusing on energy, on gratitude at the beginning of the week, because I'm moving away from this, the energy is moving away from what has been tough. There is a closure that's coming. So let's just keep moving forward with gratitude. And here we have the Nine of Pentacles. And C is just, it's kind of like a beautiful story in the sense that it's telling you start the week with gratitude. There is things that are coming to a close. There is a closure in the middle of the week, but it's energetically, and it's not a closure of saying something ends. No, it's something positive, something that needed to end, some hardship, some troubles, some arguments. This is just coming to an end. And then you're moving forward towards the weekend with a lot of groundedness into that gratitude, and it just smells like success. Whatever has been even though it must have been tough in more than one aspect, whatever was the hardest thing during this period that you're leaving behind and that you're starting a new phase that has all the elements of success during the weekend. So this is a very positive reading, very positive, but it does call for you to begin the week with gratitude. Because if not, the energies are still there, but it's just gonna weigh down on you. So by beginning the week by focusing on what's going well, that gratitude, know that it's kind of like a weather report, right? So those clouds and that storm is passing, it's bringing a closure. What will come after this and what will come towards the weekend is that the end of the week and the weekend will bring a time that will be very different from what has been, right? Or also the possibility of creating something that is successful. It could be strengthening a relationship, it could be uh, enjoying time with others, or it could also be that there is this is the earth element. So there is that push towards success towards the next week. So something very positive at the end of the week. Now, if you like this reading, again, give me a thumbs up. No, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, release the rest. Know that these are only energies that can be interpreted with the cards, but each of us has our own personal path. And even though these energies may be influencing us in one way or another, we have the gift of choice and the gift of free will, and how we utilize the energies in the air um, based on our own circumstances and exactly what we're going through can make a big difference in everything. So, to look at your personal situation to get a coaching session or with tarot or without tarot, and also mixed up with some energy work or that we can do, or things that can help you towards moving towards a different energy, just reach out and we can make that private session.